What if I told you you never had to set an alarm again? Sunday and Monday blend together in an endless weekend, and you're completely in charge of your own schedule and life. For Tim and I, that dream looked like a life of full-time travel where we could run our business from anywhere in the world. For you, it might look like more time with your kids, starting and living on your own organic farm, or hopping islands on a sailboat in the Caribbean. No matter what your American dream looks like, this video is both motivation and a guide on how to get there. Because a new decade is a great excuse to change your life. But watching someone else's YouTube video is not going to get you there. Reading someone else's book is not going to make changes in your life. You actually need to do something differently than you're currently doing now so that your life at the end of the year and at the end of the decade is different from today. This is the hard part, because following your heart, your passions, might be different from those you surround yourself with in your life. Telling your friends you want to live on a sailboat, or leave the city to live on a farm, or start an Amazon business from an RV might sound pretty outrageous to some people in your life. So I'll quickly tell my story. In 2007, people told me I shouldn't leave the business school at Michigan State and switch my major to Spanish. 2011, people told me I shouldn't quit grad school for a job I was offered. 2012, I had people tell me I read too many self-help books. In 2014, people told me I shouldn't quit my job to travel. In 2016, people told me it was too risky to work as a freelancer instead of as an employee. And last year in 2019, people thought I was crazy for dropping my best client to join Tim full-time on our Amazon FBA business. It is hard because the people who typically are sharing their hesitation are close people, parents, family, close friends. But if you know those choices are right for you, it's time to shut out the voices that don't align with your vision of your future, or at least convince them to get on board. I mean, Tim didn't even want to quit his job and travel in the first place, but we went to meetups and met other people who had successfully quit their jobs and came back and got new jobs. In our lives now, Tim and I don't set alarm clocks in the morning. We live full-time in AIRBNBs around the world, just following our hearts to the next destination. And that corporate ladder we were so worried about climbing, we're now bringing on people in our own business as we full-time run our 7-figure Amazon FBA business, documenting the entire journey on this YouTube channel. What's hopefully helpful for you to hear is that now, on the other side, those people who are worried about us along the way are really just the people who love us the most and who are now proudest and happiest about the life we've mapped out for ourselves. If you know the steps you need to achieve your dreams, this is the year to start taking them. If you don't yet know the steps, here's a few good places to start. On our channel, you'll find a How to Make Money and Travel playlist. In the first video, we'll walk you through 5 different ways you can travel by looking at things like remote year or asking for a sabbatical, working remote, and how to save money to travel. In other videos, we talk about switching from an employee to a contractor and getting your first client so that you can work remote. We discuss the process of launching our own Amazon FBA business. But maybe you're not following our path. We interview other people who took different paths, like Louise, who travels the world with her fiance from revenue on her online e-course, Matt, who works as a freelance web designer from all over the world, or take a glance at our friends' lifestyle who live on a vineyard, work at a winery, and supplement additional income by renting out their yurt. We also interview Hudson and Emily, who lived full-time in an RV and now live full-time in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, just teaching English online. So there's links to all those videos in the description here. But hey, there's also just something to be said about taking some time off and quitting your job to travel. On our blog, we have a few articles about how we saved money to do this. We even have a free download of our savings projector where you can plug in your own income and expenses and see how long it will take you to reach your savings goal, so that you can do the same thing. In 2020, shed the relationships that aren't helping you grow and find more like-minded people out there. Like in March, we're speaking at the RV Entrepreneur Summit. You can come meet us and meet other like-minded people in Alabama in March, or you can also purchase a virtual ticket and join in from your home. Allow yourself the opportunity next New Year's Eve to reflect back on all of the action you've taken this year to become one step closer to your dream life. I can tell you, standing at the beginning of my story, not knowing where changing my major to Spanish was going to take me, or writing my first blog post in 2012 before we'd even traveled, 5 years looking forward seems like a long time. But I can tell you, 5 years looking back feels like the blink of an eye. Don't procrastinate because change feels too daunting. It's just all a sequence of little steps that make the biggest changes you won't even realize until that first day you don't set your alarm.